Hi there. So today we're going to talk about health. And I want to be really super clear. In my previous books, I have, especially business success books, I have been quoted as saying that you can't sell a house from a hospital bed, right? Or, it's very hard to be successful if you're sick. And that's not rocket science. That's not like some great epiphany. Everybody knows that, right? But a lot of coaches, a lot of people talk about health from a general perspective. What do I mean by a general perspective? Sometimes it's about losing weight. Sometimes it's about building endurance. But I want to point out that when I talk about health, especially for my clients who come to work with me, I'm not looking at it the exact same way that most coaches do. And let me explain what I mean by that. When we talk about the science of manifesting, you want to attract something into your life. One of the main problems that we have, which is a really big part of my coaching, is that we are so not in touch with our bodies that we can't do the science of manifesting. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that we cut ourselves off emotionally. We've had stress, we've had trauma, we've had heartache, and we live in a society we're conditioned to not feel those feelings, to stuff them down, to drink them away, to spend them away, to eat them away. So we don't feel them anymore. And you may say, well, yeah, that works for me, but it really doesn't. Because what happens is these feelings get stuffed and stuffed and stuffed. And now you're walking around with this bottleneck, which is your throat here, and you're walking around and you're not feeling. And here's the problem with that. When you're not feeling, you can't feel the good stuff either. You may say, oh yeah, I get so happy when I'm with my kids or my spouse or at a beautiful scenery. But I want you to understand that if you are someone who has been stuffing your feelings down and your nervous system is really tight, that you're not in touch with your body and you're not in touch with your emotions. And while things superficially may feel good, they don't feel good. You don't feel them down in your heart, because if your heart's blocked up, how can you feel it? Right? So when I talk about health, let me back up. And the reason that's so important is because the main tool that we use to manifest, all the other things, all the moving bits and pieces, they all matter, they all count. But it's the use of your emotions that you really manifest with. The feel good, the expansive, I can see it in my mind, this is what I want. Your heart puts out a magnetic field. Your thoughts put out electrical fields. The two create your electromagnetic field. I know what that is. Electromagnetic field. And that's what you broadcast. And that's the quality of the fields that you'll attract to you. Make sense? Okay. But if we can't feel our body, if we're not in touch with our bodies, then we can't utilize that very, very powerful tool. And this is where, in my opinion, most coaching has fallen by the wayside. Coaches charge thousands of dollars. A lot of coaches charge thousands of dollars. I charge thousands of dollars. And then they tell you it's all mindset. Visualize, visualize, visualize. And I have, even when I started my first real estate coaching, I always had a module on health because I knew that they were interrelated. And now, in my more recent research, I realized that it's super interrelated. So when I teach health, I'm not like count calories, eat this, don't eat this. What I care about is my clients getting in touch with their bodies. And there's a few ways we do that. So I'm just going to share it with you here, right? I'm not trying to hold back and keep things secret from you. One of the things, as unattractive and unappealing as it seems, is we have to get back in touch with our feelings. When something bad happens, we want to just block it away. But you've got to lean into that. And once you lean into it, you realize that really hurts. And then it's done. Maybe you need to cry. Maybe you need to do, my form of EFT. Get it out of your system, but allow yourself to feel it. There's nothing wrong with crying. Number 2, breath work. Most people who have restricted nervous systems, and I'm going to say that's about 90% of the planet, 95 probably, but I'm just going to say 90% because I know there are people, I don't know, maybe in the Himalayas who meditate all day. Maybe people who really practice this, but there's mostly people who don't. So that being said, if our nervous systems are constricted, we're not breathing properly. We're breathing shallow. We hyperventilate, right? So breath work is really important. And you know what? Your emotions, your past trauma, it's blocked in your body. And so that's why body work is so important. And something new that I'm learning that I'm starting, I'm going to be including a module on in my programs is activating your spine. Okay, I'm not a chiropractor, not even a yoga teacher, done yoga for many years, but this is not about yoga. This is just about bringing flexibility into your spine. And you don't have to, provided you don't do anything dangerous, something as simple as putting a yoga block under your spine or a rolled towel and just sitting like that for a few minutes a day or stretching your arms up, just activating your spine. Our spines, especially if we sit all day or we have bad posture, your spine is everything. And you can actually have a spinal awakening. I'm not going to get carried away with that right now. Other things, another tip, when you're getting in the car and you reach under your seatbelt, reach all the way around as gently as you can and hold the pose and breathe into it. And then just do this side. I know you don't have a seatbelt on this side, but just do it anyway. Just waking up your spine can make you feel like you just went through and had a venti latte. I don't even know what that is because I never go to Starbucks, but anyway, it gives you energy, right? This is me on no coffee. So you can awaken your body that way. So feeling your emotions, using EFT to help pull your emotions out, or just punching a pillow, watching a sad movie, cry your head off, get those emotions out. They're in there. I promise you they're in there. Breath work. In fact, if you're not in my program, I will give you a really good website. In fact, I think I include it in my new book. It's called Breathwork with Sandy or Breathing with Sandy. And Sandy is a guy, and he has some super, super, super good breathwork things. I'll share more on that in a different video. And awakening your back. Even if you just, before you go to bed at night is a really, really great time to awaken your spine. You can just roll up a towel, a bath towel, and just put it under your lower spine. Now, if you've had spinal surgery or you have like a disc problem or you have bolts or something like that, don't put it right on that spot. But you can do your thoracic spine, you can do your upper spine, or you can do your lower spine. But our spines are very closely related to our DNA and our nervous system. So there is really some science and validity that has led me to want to include this in what I teach because it's been so helpful for me. But I'm not trying to digress and just talk about back work. I just want you to understand that your health, so let's talk for a minute about health. I don't care what you eat and how you eat, but I will tell you, and this is not, again, rocket science. Are you eating crap all day? Are you going through a fast food place and then going through Starbucks and then eating ice cream at night? Are you doing these things that are killing you slowly and softly, but it tastes good? Once you get in touch with your body, and that's why I started with the part about getting in touch with your body. Once you get in touch with your body, you don't want to eat things that are bad for you. Because once you get in touch with your body, you start to feel who you are and you realize that this body is a very beautiful vessel, and you want to take care of it. It's a temple. You want to stand straight. You want to move your body. Maybe it's yoga, maybe it's, walking, whatever it is, but you want to move your body because it feels good to be in your body. When you're breathing properly, your posture is proper, and you're doing movement, you don't want to eat junk food. I don't want to pollute my body, right? I start my morning with green tea, and then I have some organic kefir, whatever it's called. It's a fermented food. And then vegetables, a protein, and on the weekends, yeah, I will have pizza or something like that. But I always feel it in my body afterwards, right? And I'm not saying anyone here has to be a vegan. I definitely have a ribeye now and then. But whatever works for you, just understand, if you're filling your body with junk, bad news. And last but not least, you got to hydrate. We are not hydrated as a world, right? As a world, we are not hydrated. 98% of all health conditions show signs of dehydration. Like every person who has a disease is dehydrated. That's just a fact. If you have a disease, you're dehydrated. So what can you do? You can drink clean water. Like that's a no-brainer. So those are the things, those are the health tips that I would give you. And I just want you to understand, this has everything to do with your business success. Because here we are running around saying, I want to build a business, I want to be abundant. And the commonality, which is still true, is you can't be successful very well from a hospital bed. So there's just the common sense application. Come on, that's common sense. Don't stuff another cheeseburger in there and not work out and say, but what's wrong with me? No. But on a deeper level, using the manifestation tools that can really help you get to the next level without nearly the effort, you have to feel your body. You have to get back into your body. Even if you just sit on the ground, outside, barefooted for a few minutes every day and just hold a straight posture. Even that will invigorate you. Okay, so I hope you found this useful. Check out links below. Please subscribe, share with a friend. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.